Thank you for your interest in Quiet Keys. This short video shows how Quiet Keys will fit in your piano to provide instant fingertip control over its volume and aid in the Quiet Keys installation instructions. Quiet Keys will arrive at your door containing all of the parts that you will need to do the installation in your piano. In the box you will find the Quiet Keys unit, an on-off control lever and cable, a clear bag with the other necessary parts, and the instructions. Start by attaching the mounting bar pin collar to the top rail as shown in Figure 1 of the instructions. Now you can open your piano, revealing its action and tuning pins. As shown in Figure 2 of the instructions, hold Quiet Keys up to the tuning pins just below the piano's top edge with the muting rail centered over the piano's hammers. Push the pin collars over any reachable tuning pins and tighten the wing nuts enough to hold the unit in place. If necessary, gently squeeze the pin collar to ensure a secure fit over the tuning pins. For the older, much larger upright pianos, the top rail should be placed about 5 inches, 12.5 centimeters above the level of the hammers, otherwise everything else is the same. Herein is the unique design features that allows for ease of installation in all of the various sized vertical pianos. Mounting to 2 tuning pins, Quiet Keys takes advantage of their universal size and placement while being able to adjust to the size of the piano. To install the on-off control and cable, start by tipping out and removing the piano's kick panel below the keybed. Place the on-off control on the underside of the keybed below the piano's lowest note, running the cable back to and up the inside of the piano's side panel, staying clear of the piano pedal dowels and avoiding sharp bends in the cable as it makes its way to the Quiet Keys unit. Hold the cable in place with the provided fasteners. To trim the cable, first push the on-off control handle all the way forward, exposing the core wire at the control. Leave enough cable to easily reach past the wire stop on the Quiet Keys unit, trimming the excess cable by cutting through both its inner core wire and outer winding. Pull back on the control lever to project the core wire out from its outer winding, placing it in the pilot hole of the wire stop on the Quiet Keys unit. And tighten the wire stop set screw. Lift the muting rail to its highest position and place the cable under the cable clamp on the Quiet Keys top rail so its outer windings reach halfway to the wire stop, and tighten the cable clamp wing nut. The on-off control lever will now move the muting rail up and down. The muting rail needs about 2 inches, 5 centimeters of up and down travel and can be adjusted by the positioning of the cable under the cable clamp. Trimming the muting rail felt to your piano will be shown in Figure 4 of the instructions. Start by cutting slots in the felt just wide enough to clear the action mounting bolts. With the muting rail down, crease the felt into the piano's strings at the top of the dampers, drawing a line along the crease. Raise the muting rail and trim the felt just above the level established by the line all of the way to the ends. Trim the ends, leaving enough to reach the end hammers. For tuning, Quiet Keys can be pulled from the tuning pins, tipped over the piano's edge, and replaced on the same pins. This process can be assisted with cut squares of felt from the muting rail trimmings, placed over the tuning pins to mark where Quiet Keys is mounted. With the on-off lever pushed in away from the player, the muting felt should stay above the level of the hammers, allowing for normal hammer function and piano play. With the lever pulled out towards the player, the muting felt should drop between the hammers and strings of the piano in close proximity to, or even touching the strings, muting their volume. By loosening and retightening the wing nuts, adjustments can include repositioning the on-off cable under the top rail clamp and shifting the top rail on the mounting bar pin collars. Additionally, the felt can be placed close to the piano strings by bending the mounting bar pin collar to tip the felt towards the strings, and by bending the muting rail along its length so that it stays close to the tuning pins. Make sure that the pin collars are securely in place over the tuning pins and that the Quiet Keys assembly does not touch the piano anywhere else. Check that the wing nuts are all tight and reassemble your piano. As shown in this short video, Quiet Keys is an easy installation in vertical pianos. Thank you once again for your interest in Quiet Keys, and now you can enjoy your piano